Chadderton together welcome the Earl of Manchester Regiment of Foot, who are being supported by other regiments of Sealed Knott Historical Society, who have travelled from all over the country to be here for Chadderton Day 2023. The Earl of Manchester Regiment of Foot are a royalist regiment who are here to protect Foxdenton Hall, as you can see behind me, owned by Sir William Radcliffe. We're extremely proud that this Sealed Knott have agreed to visit Foxdenton for the second time. First time they visited in 2017, and provide demonstrations for you to see, and we hope you enjoyed your visit.
Yeah, you can give it a bite if you want. Thank you for that.
I was thinking that, because all you're doing wrong.
For that.
You seen a spy?
I'm a spy. Don't tell anyone. Somewhere in this camp, I'm not prepared to say where, but somewhere in this encampment is a spy. So he's either a Roundhead or a Cavalier.
Oh.
We're not letting on which.
Well, I'm James, fighting for the parliamentarians. And then we've got, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. So we're fighting for the Royalists, Robert, Lucas, Ellis, Tyler.
They're representing the Godolphin's Regiment of Foot. I'm representing the Earl of Manchester's Regiment of Foot, who fought on different sides of the war. The Godolphin's Regiment were all originally based in Cornwall, so you've all walked quite a bit way up to be here today. So we've got a Lord and Lady of the Manor. They've set up, they're like raising a local militia regiment to garrison the hall and to protect it. I believe later there's going to be a falling out as the militia is split between party lines over who they want to fight for.
No!
Hey, has anybody else here been gambling today? So, does anybody think that this man who has broken the will of God should be punished?
Yes!
Guilty! Does anybody wish to take his place and take pity on this poor misguided soul?
No! Punish him!
Punish him!
Well, let's get him punished.
I think we need two punishments. I haven't started yet!
Chadderton Together is a registered charity, voluntary organisation as it were, whose main focus is the renovation of Foxdenton Hall, and many of the things that we do are focused on that particular project, including today's event. Now, today's event is a presentation by Sealed Knott about life in 1640 during the time of the English Civil War, when the Radcliffe family, who lived in the hall, were heavily involved in that particular campaign. Unfortunately, it could be argued that the Radcliffe's family lost. Oliver Cromwell proved to be successful, but nevertheless, we are faced with an iconic building, Grade 2 listed Foxdenton Hall, which we are seeking to bring back into community use. Now, to do that, we need to raise funding through Heritage Lottery and other potential sources. So today's event is all about promoting that campaign, encouraging people to work with us to find the resources to develop the facilities and so on within the park in order to bring the hall back into use, to bring to increase the number of activities available within the park. Heritage Lottery have said to us, what can you do to improve the park? What can you do to improve sporting and recreational facilities? How can you address COVID-19 recovery? How can you promote health and well-being? So we're working now on these three-pronged approach in order to try and bring all this together. We estimate the cost at current prices to be 2.5 million to renovate the hall, 1.8 from Heritage Lottery, 400,000 from the council, and another 350,000 or so to complete the renovation programme. So that is the challenge that we are faced with at this point in time.
Hello.
Hi.
What's on your menu today for the troops?
A vegetable pottage, meat for the officers, and woe betide anybody that steals my meat.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
These events are so important because they bring all of us together, and that's bringing the generations, children, grandparents, parents together and continuing with our traditions. It's absolute honor to officially open this event. Thank you for having us. Would you like to say anything, Charlotte?
Just that I hope everyone has a lovely day and enjoys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take your feet. Prepare to give fire. Give fire.
Present. Prepare to give fire. Give fire.
Yay.
Prepare to give fire. Give fire. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the good wife, apparently.
She's
yes.
in charge. She
I'm
just doesn't like
in charge.
She doesn't like to admit it.
But yeah, I'm the good wife, so I tend to just give people jobs to do because people's tastes have changed so much that if I made it as it would have been done, it would be very, very bland. And I'm making it so that people can actually eat it because, you know, we've been working hard, so they need decent food.
And I'm making a fruit and vegetable salad.
You are indeed.
There we go, so you get the horse coming in.
Let's escape! Go, go, go! Give a round of applause!
The point that that ball hits the ground is called point blank range. That is the long range that your musket will reach. Right, you need the right powder, which I've just explained to you now. You also need half a pound of powder to fire 1 pound of shot. Black powder is gunpowder. It has 3 constituents. Sulphur, I'm hearing from here.
It's gone from my head, but I know what
She's got it.
Sulphur, charcoal, potassium nitrate. No.
Ah, you're right. You said a very complicated word there. What we actually call it is saltpeter.
That's the one.
So he knows the right amount of power, he knows he's got the right form of powder, and he knows that he's got 12 shots that are going to fire it exactly as he expects that to be fired. The science of this is fantastic from the period, all those mixtures and measuring the powder.
During our period, there are actually recorded instances of some of these being dug out the ground that were deliberately cast in horse manure. That's a very early, nasty form of biological warfare. You're introducing germs into a wound. That means that our friends in 1640s had a rudimentary knowledge of infection. He's not going to die on the battlefield. Unfortunately, he's going to die horribly about 3 days later from secondary infection and sepsis. Thank you. Okay, I'm just warning you what's going to happen. Okay, not a nice way to go. I'm describing you again. Oh, very purple, yeah. One more shot, I think.
Check your scouring sticks. Present your pieces. Prepare to give fire. So at this point, they've all opened their pans ready. Give fire. Recover. Left hand's about face.
My name is Ted Ruddyman. I am the CEO and Master Gunner of Lilburn's, John Lilburn's Regiment of Foot of the Sealed Knott Society. This is my cannon. Its name is Leveller. John Lilburn was a leveller of people in the English Civil War. He wanted everybody in England to have the vote and to have a decent life. And he fought very hard to make sure that the king didn't have total power. The types of charge that we would use would be ball against fortifications. We'd use grape shot and canister shot. Grape shot was literally stones, bits of old metal, nails, anything they could find that would hurt and wound a person. When it fired, it spread everywhere, and anything in front of it generally went down, very badly wounded. The shot wouldn't kill you, but the wound would get very, very easily infected, and you'd die from the infection, or you'd bleed out. Simple as that.
It's been absolutely replicated. What it is a black powder tester. We had black powder mills at the time. Black powder is made of sulphur, saltpeter, and it's also made of charcoal.
I'll work on this now with that. Probably something a bit smaller than that, because that's quite heavy. Then I'll
Which one are you? Your job. Your job. You know.
How do you know he's the spy? That's probably not that smart. Right, let's check him. Come on, this way. We are going to go shoot him. If you want to see a live murder, this way. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, that was the easiest tacking we've ever done. But there you go. Bring the spy.
Mr. Langhorn, you seem to have located a spy. What do you do with spies? What do you do with spies?
I think we kill them, sir.
Sounds like an idea to me, Mr. Langhorn. Over to you.
Shall we shoot the spy, ladies and gentlemen?
Stand there and turn him around. Do we have a firing squad ready, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Why then are you advertising the fact that you're a spy, sir? I mean, saying I spy on the back.
Present your feet. Prepare to give fire. Give fire!
Who did that? That was the worst firing squad.
I will be having words with them. You are a shambles, sir. You're not worthy of being called a musketeer, sir. You know what must be done, sir.
I'm sorry, sir, I was trying.
You are very trying, I know.
It's not comfortable, I promise you.
Musketeers, if you would like to find some refuse to throw at this slovenly soldier who is not fit to wear the red coat of our army.
I'm sorry, sir.
Has anybody got an old nappy?
Time to be alive.
You got a bit to stop.
Remember, this may be you. Have you had enough of that, sir?
I think I have, sir. I think I've learned my lesson.
Next time it will be a flogging. Get your helmet, get your musket and get back in rank.
Will do, sir.
If I see any of you so slovenly with the use of your muskets, you will be replacing him later. Musketeers, have a care.
Shoulder your muskets. I'm Andy. I don't have a rank because I'm a camp follower. My job will be to follow the army round and make all of the equipment and wooden things that they need, like spoons, and fix the end of musket butts, tent pegs, and even little children's toys. The army camp would be like a big other army, so it's not just me. There'll be blacksmiths, there'll be coopers, so like barrel makers, lots of different crafts that would follow the army around, and sometimes switch sides depending on how the pay was. My setup is very much a lightweight, kind of a junior camp follower. So if the battle was being lost, I could grab all of my kit and then do a runner if needed, if I see the battle going the wrong way. not everybody cared about who the king was. Lots of people did, and there are lots of people in the Civil War that very much wanted either King Charles on the throne or Parliament to have the power. But the average person, like today, probably was a bit more, oh, who's paying my wages? And whoever's paying more, I'll probably go work for them. That can get tricky, especially if the camp's being attacked. But people like me would have switched sides fairly regularly, depending on how the pay was.
Back in the middle. Here we go. Bing! Try that. So change it around. Fantastic, nice. Now you have a try attacking, you have a try blocking. There we go. Nice. Nice, okay, right.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was definitely
Yeah, there was someone sat there worked out the.
A measure of powder.
So I'm Joanne and I'm a drummer, and I actually live in Halifax, but I've come over to Oldham today to take part in the skirmish and see the beautiful house and the gardens and everything, so that I can support Manchester's, because I'm actually in Lyles, so there's all sorts of different regiments in the Sealed Knott. Anyone can join anywhere in the country, and we go all around the country doing different battles. So it's a charitable organisation, and we aim to teach people about the Civil War and about how people lived in those times, what the battles were like. People can contact the website if they want someone to come and do education in schools. We do all sorts, and any money that we raise goes to charity, so it's all a charitable effort as well. And people come from across the country to do battles wherever they are.
Bring up your wadding! The wadding. Now you'll notice that it's not me relaying the commands. I'm not in charge of this cannon. Our cannon captain is. So we brought up our wadding, and now what I'll do is I'll tamp it down, gently place on top of that powder, before compressing it even further, with just a few light taps.
Sticky,
He's a headmaster. Never send your pupils to his school if those are light taps.
After that, he'll cover it with his hand to make sure no errant sparks get there and fire it prematurely. Peace is ready! Have a care! Try to give fire! Give fire! Just bring up the ring stuff, touching the match.
That's right, yeah. None of the plague got this match. The doctors didn't wear the sign the chair. Doctors knew that they couldn't cure the plague. This plague's been around for 300 years by this point, 1600 years. And they used to try to cure it, they'd die from the plague. So they avoided it. But sometime in France, there was a physician to the court of the king. I've been living in Paris.
I'm Jebediah and I am the gong farmer. I'm here to collect your feces to make into to lovely saltpeter for the gunpowder, and they used to mix it up in a big massive lacquer and then basically boil it off, and then they used to create something called saltpeter which they use for the gunpowder, as I say. So yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so that adds a bit of boom to the gunpowder.
Yeah, well it's kind of the fuel pretty much. Potassium nitrate is basically what it is. So 3/4 of gunpowder is made of it. It was very important for the war effort. But yeah, it's a grim job, but it's a necessary job.
Well, we did in the end. We got a king on the throne. Oliver Cromwell died, and Oliver became protector of the country, which was passed down to his son. So Oliver was effectively the king. Parliament has more powers, yes, but we have a king on the throne still.
The idea is to make it look good and look ferocious and look as though, but also to be as careful as you can. So, for instance, when we have hand to hand from the muskets, it's like you club your musket, but then the target areas are really from there to there, so that you go in and you're battering people like that, and it looks quite good when you're looking at it onwards, but you're normally very careful to make sure you draw the blows. And the same with the sword fighting. You make sure that if you're going to hit them, you turn the blade so it's flat.
Well, we know he can't handle his ale, sir. Will you assure me that he's no gambling going on?
Get off! No, whoa! Get off! There's nothing there. That's me wages!
Money! I think, sir, you have been gambling, which is against the will of God.
That's me wages!
You're trying to make this
Take him!
Get off!
Come on,
I've been stitched up here.
I'll put the time in the stocks. We'll do it later.
It's your discretion,
On your feet. Come on your feet. Get him in here.
Don't struggle, you'll make this worse. What the hell was in that water?
Come on.
No way.
Get him
No
in.
way.
Don't you go.
I'm not going.
Go on.
No, it's all what happened to the last one. No, please.
Is there any young children that want to help us punish these bad soldiers?
Oh, there's plenty more. Come on. Come on, keep going. Come on, get him.
Do you think he's had enough?
I want to go home.
Soldier, just think, if we find you gambling again, it might go badly for you.
You won't, because I'm joining the Royalists.
Let him out!
Oh, I hate you.
Black powder display over here, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see the black powder.
So this was the regimental colour, their flag. This was their identity of the Earl of Manchester. And this was so important, because if your colour fell, you'd lost. The battle was over for you. They'd got to the very heart of your regiment. They'd put down and stolen your colour. So you would protect this with your absolute life.
My name is Peter Rowlinson and I am a musketeer in the Earl of Manchester's regiment of the Sealed Knott. Foxdenton Hall was actually owned by the Radcliffe family, and it dates back, we believe, until about say 1295. In the 1640s it was sympathies with the Royalists, and Lord Radcliffe and two of his sons took part in the English Civil War, and unfortunately all three were killed during the war. So there is a very strong link between the Hall and the Civil War. The Royalists supported King Charles I, and King Charles, because of financial difficulties, because of the number of wars he was involved, had to go to Parliament for money, kept trying to extract more money out of Parliament, and Parliament ultimately refused. The King then invoked what he thought were his rights, which were against the will of Parliament, and so there was a growing divide between the Royalist side and the parliamentary side. It led to the King raising his standard in Nottingham and declaring war on behalf of the Royalist cause against the parliamentarians. And the English Civil War was critical. Although royalty was reinstated afterwards, what actually happened was it installed parliamentary democracy in the UK, and that was the first time, and that was a very significant event in the history of the UK. It affected the whole country. Something like 10% of the population of England died during the war, 10% of Scotland, 10% of Wales, but 30% of the Irish died. So it was a significant war, and the casualties were far higher than in the First World War or Second World War.
victory! What wonder we are victorious! All our enemy is dead! Wait, you sir! Your surrender now!
I'll do no such thing. You've slain my brothers. Prepare to meet thy doom.
Get that man! Stole my life! I will get her! We'll kill him then! The flesh wound! Kill him!
I think he's dead now, sir.
I have never seen such a pathetic example of soldiering. You're disgraced. Look at him! He must be at least 70! Get back in line, you slovenly dogs!
Perhaps if we were paid for work and had better officers, this wouldn't have happened. Hands up, who's been paid?
I told you already, you will be paid at the end of the month!
I think
That was last month, sir!
a change!
I have expenses! Expenses? Call yourself soldiers is a disgrace!
Call yourself an officer!
Oh,
we
but I am.
turned on you!
I am no better! Die, you troll! Son of a gagal!
Sir, that our men need to be paid, sir. If you do not pay your soldiers, sir, you must pay the price.
You would turn on your social matters. This is very contravention of the order of the world.
I am standing with my soldiers who defend my life, sir, as opposed to those who fritter away the lives of common soldiers, sir.
I will tell you what is frittering away lives. 9 men to kill 1 man.
Musketeers, I believe that you still have powder left.
Yes. You will hang for this, sir.
I may, sir, but in my own time and I will face my job in my own way.
This is a disgrace. No, I shall not have this. They couldn't shoot them. How do you think they'll be able to shoot me?
I do have my doubts about that as well, sir. Then peace. The God of the North! The God of the North! Give fire!
My wife! My mistresses! Building
What's in his pocket?
One thing that we cannot do on a real battlefield is bring the dead alive. And we're not glorifying death, but trying to show you a little bit of how things might have happened. But today, we can bring back the dead. We can raise the fallen soldiers. So with your applause, please, raise the dead. Apart from him, let's kill him again.
Who's taking my shoes? Right? Who's taking my? Where's my purse? Where's one of you took it? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. There he goes. Thank you so much for coming along this weekend. Have you had a good time? Yeah. Wonderful. Well, you can see how much fun we had. Please give them a very warm round of applause for a fantastic display today. And thank you very much indeed.
For God of the North!
For the privileges of Parliament! For the privileges of Parliament! Death to tyranny! Death to tyranny! God be my shield!
God save the King!
Advance your arms.
Shoulder your muskets.
General salute to the colours. Silence. To your right hand space. And dismissed.
That was fun.
My name is Tim Hardcastle. I'm a pikeman in Lilburn's Regiment of Foot, Parliamentarian side.
So it looks like you survived this skirmish. How was it?
It was certainly interesting. I actually started off on the Royalist side and then turned my coat and joined the Parliamentarian side. The Royalist side don't really pay us more than once or twice a year. At least on the Parliamentarian side we get it maybe every month, maybe the end of every month. So I'm just fighting to provide for my family, really.
Yeah.
I'm not really into the politics of the fight, just the colour of the coin.
Yeah. So talking about looking after yourself and feeding your family, it looks like you've got yourself a nice drink there.
Yes.
And well deserved.
Genuine 17th century orange juice.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Enjoy. Thank you. You've just survived the skirmish. How was it for you?
Tough. I need ale,
Yeah.
and I need to gamble.
Hello.
Hello.
Have you enjoyed today?
Yeah. Very much.
What did you think of today?
It was great. It was amazing. I mean, the weather could have been nicer, but I like the war bit.
All in battle dress?
Yeah.
And all the loud noises?
Yeah.
Loud enough, or do you want it a bit louder next time?
Definitely louder.
Definitely louder. That's brilliant.
Probably got the bruises to show for it tomorrow, I suspect, but yes, we
You
have
have
survived.
more wins.
I've got a couple. Something to moan about to the missus, I think.
Yeah, I'm in trouble because I lost the flag. I don't know if I'll be punished later.
Oh, we'll be given a good
I'm
flogging.
keeping a low profile
So
at the
you're a
moment.
marked man, are you?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to lose the flag, and I did.
It's nice to be up close with the public and what have you. We like to talk about what we've got, and I think we've already signed, or we're in the process of signing, a couple of locals as well who are joining up the regiment. So hopefully they've enjoyed it immensely and want to partake themselves.
Chris, Home Musketeer, Owens Regiment.
I'm Rob, I'm a corporal from Earl of Manchester's regiment.
I'm Tom, I'm a musketeer in Godolphin's regiment.
Very luckily, none of us came off with injuries this time. The Lord is with us, apart from our turncoat officer, but we soon dealt with him.
In a good way or a bad way?
In the only way possible, and that's a quick death.
I suppose. Are you going to promise to be good from now on?
I'll try. I'll try.
Thank you.
Right, come on, for being a good sport.
Two over one, 4 over 3, 2 over 3.
Ellie, and I'm a musketeer for the Marquess of Newcastle's Regiment of Foot.
And I'm John, and I'm also a musketeer. I used to be a pikeman, I then swapped to the muskets. You tend to join a regiment that your friends or people you know are in. My twin, who's around somewhere, he's still in the pike. He was at Lampeter University, and there were 5 or 6 members of Newcastle's who'd all met up in Doncaster and places who were Newcastle. So he joined the Newcastles, and when Ellie needed to do her Duke of Edinburgh's, she decided that her extra
My hobby would be Sealed Knott.
Sealed Knott. So
And the easiest way was to join with my uncle.
the third Newcastle's musketeer is my twin's wife, my sister-in-law and her aunt. So the 4 of us who are in Newcastle colours on the field today are all one family. Ellie is my daughter, by the way. Skirmishes like today are good fun to take part in. To be a musketeer, you do have to have the full licences and you have to do a test and all the rest of it.
So it's safe.
And I carry a sword on the field, but I've only just passed my sword test, so I'm only just allowed to carry my sword. The reputation of the Newcastles was that they arrived late and drunk and refused to give in.
The purpose of today really is, apart from informing people, it's to entertain. And you can see we have a lot of fun. We fire our muskets, we do pike, we fire cannon, and hopefully we entertain the population, as well as educating them on what the Civil War was about, and also about life in the 17th century. And it's an appropriate event to have in a building that has a history relating to the English Civil War.
Well, it's so amazing here, honestly. Even weather doesn't matter because it's fantastic. I'm absolutely grateful to the organizers for allowing me, inviting me here, experiencing history, reuniting generations from children to parents to grandparents, bringing communities together, and seeing some of the amazing work being done today in the community, and also actually learning about the history. And every step you take in this park today, in this festival, you're revisiting, you're reliving the history, which is so important for our children to learn about the history, learn about our traditions, meet Lady Radcliffe, Lord Radcliffe, other important roles we had in our history, and also hopefully carry forward this tradition. But there is another element to that as well. Learning some skills, actually, how things were done in the past. That's so important as well. Children sort of like get inspired. I mean, I got inspired by firing the cannon today, which was, as you noticed, was not the easiest thing to do. But that inspired me as well. That brought me closer to this community group and thinking, well, I want to come here again. I want to visit them, and I want to promote this community group. And that is all about, and we Oldham and in Chadderton, we are blessed with so many amazing community groups. And that's why, as a mayor of Oldham, I have set the target for myself, saying promote these groups, promote these causes. Like if I look at from the artistic point of view, artistic work done here, it's really on a national standard. So what we need to do is to think about how do we push it forward. Absolutely, how do we take it to Greater Manchester level, Northwest level, national level, display our history, have a united exhibitions in Oldham where similar groups come together and they can learn the different parts of the history, where filmmakers come and say, we want to film here. This is a great place. People can see what the real assets we have in Oldham.
Chadderton Together are immensely proud of our volunteers who work tirelessly throughout event dates like this. If you would like to join us on our committee, or if you would like to do events like this, then please let us know or get in touch with us. You can get in touch via our website, which is chaddertontogether.co.uk, and we would welcome you with open arms to the Chadderton Together family.